everyone, I'm Jen Roberts, and I'm the president and founder of Difference Consulting, where I help business leaders and their teams create more engaged, empowered, and fun work environments. One of the biggest challenges that leaders share with me in my coaching practice or when I'm doing training programs or speaking engagements is that they want to be able to create a work environment that is less reactive, but they don't know how to do that. A lot of leaders actually struggle themselves with being able to manage their own time, lead their teams, and feel like they're getting enough work done so that they can have some balance in their own lives. The reason that this happens is because the corporate environment is notoriously reactive in nature. If you've been in corporate for any amount of time, I'm sure you know what I mean. You probably start your day by picking up your smartphone to see what's on the agenda for the day, look at your calendar, and figure out how your day is going to unfold. Then, once you get to work, you spend hours and hours in unproductive meetings that keep you from being able to do the work that you need to do, so you end up having to spend a lot longer and work harder hours than if you were more intentionally focused in leading your day. So I'm going to talk about 3 different tips that will allow you to create that less reactive work environment, not only for yourself, but also for your team. And it starts with you. So step number 1 is really just to practice proactive behaviors yourself. So what that means is not reading and reacting to emails first thing, not going to meetings for meeting's sake, and really being able to communicate both what you're doing for yourself and also the expectations for your team. So really practicing those proactive behaviors so that you can more intentionally focus your time and energy and get more done during the day. The second step is to make sure that you're respecting people's time. And I know leaders would never intentionally disrespect their employees' time, but what ends up happening is because you often don't have a chance to focus on your emails or work until late in the evening or early in the morning, you're sending messages out that make employees feel like they don't have a choice but to respond. Also, if you send an invitation to a meeting, they may rearrange their entire day to come to that meeting, even if it's not something that they necessarily need to be at. So when I'm talking about respecting time, that means being conscious and being aware of how and when you're communicating, and also making sure that if you are in charge of a meeting, that there's an agenda and there's a definite plan that you follow so that when people leave, they know exactly who's on point for specific tasks and that they can go ahead and carry those out proactively. The third thing is really just to make sure that you're encouraging people to intentionally focus their time and energy. And so what I mean by that is that you may need to work with your team to co-create some guidelines or some rules that your team will follow around that time management piece. So I had one corporate team that decided to put into effect a list of rules and procedures. So now they don't send emails to each other after 9 p.m. at night or before 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on their time zones. And they also have clearly articulated the response expectations. So there are no responses expected before 24 hours have elapsed. So just make sure you're co-creating some guidelines that will allow your team to take that more proactive and intentional approach to their work. And I think you'll find that everybody will feel better when they can intentionally lead that energy and get more done and actually get to have a life. So I would love to start this conversation to help you be able to create that less reactive work environment for your team or for yourself. So please comment below. Let me know some of the things that you're challenged by, or schedule a complimentary discovery call with me so I can work with you to help make that difference for yourself and for your team.